I miss the days when I had a week to get to know my character before game.
Me too. I'm going to try to do that for my game, but I will only have 3 weeks to prepare for my game in total, so...
No, actually, here's another thing.
Why?
Because we had to run Flood of the Dam last minute, so...
Actually, more on character descriptions later. That will also be a thing. So again, game submission is essentially a summary of what the game is about. It should give us the general feel, as well as the core of the mechanics and the flow and whatnot, and which groups are there. Not necessarily which individual characters. Once you start aiming characters in a game submission, you're probably aimed to the point. You're probably focusing too much on individual characters, and you need to expand. In fact, when you're writing a submission, you're usually not thinking about characters so much as roles that are played in the game. So, moving on to characters. Characters are a thing.
Scarlet.
No distractions by making me remember a dress that I was in. And how breezy it was.
Oh, yes.
So,
Mission accomplished.
a crucial thing to remember, and this ties into the philosophy of game writing, creating an experience that everyone can enjoy.
Making Tom wear a dress.
No.
Who didn't enjoy that?
Making characters that people
Tom!
enjoy.
Well, okay, a little. So, the player characters, namely the people who don't know the flow, and generally most of the players, are who you're writing the game for. That's who you make sure gets lots of character development and things to do, because the story player characters are already going to have their hands full. They can figure out their own character development stuff in the time that they have. It'll be good. So you have to make sure that there's a lot of room and potential for character interactions and development to happen. And you also have to make sure people can empathize and get in tune with their characters easily. This is how surveys help. You can cast people as characters that they want to play with a lot of qualities that they like. Now, here is a question in regards to the general feel of characters that we play in adventure games. How many of you, let's get a show of hands, go through hours of game preparation and put on costumes and do a bunch of workshops to watch a bunch of powerful characters talk to each other? Damn it, I knew someone was going to raise their hand. Okay.
But only one.
Only one.
Okay, how many of
There
you...
can only be
Well, I didn't raise my
one.
hand because I'm usually one of the powerful characters.
Yeah, I know.
I've raised my hand, but nobody saw it.
Okay.
It's happened before.
I don't like all mimicking.
The point is...
One all powerful.
The point is...
If everyone breathes fire, there are no more problems.
Yeah, that's actually... Well, actually, that's another thing to get into. So let's get another show of hands. How many of you go through hours of game preparation and put on costumes and do workshops and stuff to go on adventures?
My nose.
Multiple hands! I'm falling apart!
Aaron doesn't go on adventure.
I shut down adventures.
Okay. So I think that's a good sample that illustrates my point.
Legs are comfortable.
So yeah,
Legs are comfortable.
the thing about
Camera, you're missing the colors.
Yeah.
How dare you not?
the thing about making sure that characters can go on adventures, which is what adventure games are for, that is why they're called adventure games, is there are a lot of elements to making sure they're likely to go on adventures. Firstly, you need to make sure there are adventures to go on. You need to make sure there are not only they have the freedom to make various choices and go on different paths throughout the game. You also need to send them the call to adventure, which is a lot of what SPCs do. That, you know how all the time adventurers are in taverns and a mysterious cloaked figure approaches them and recruits them on a quest to do things? Basic SPC recruiting PCs on an adventure. That's the way it's done. That said, there are more imaginative ways.
Yep.
Like, you know...
Join our organization or we'll kill you.
I remember that.
Think about
I
that.
was one of the survivors.
Or take a nap, like Banana.
Story time is best nap time. Also, we bring up.
Think about that.
Yeah, we did run out of candy corn.
Candy
Sorry,
corn.
back.
Continuing with that
Okay.
Parkophage.
You want, throughout the course of the game, you want to make it possible and viable for the characters to make the choice that they want to make. So in your example, you need to make sure that the
It was a hell of a lot more open-ended.
heroically
Like, until a month before game, and then Jeremy's like, this is too open-ended.
anyway. Yes, more on open-ended this later.
More.
If the quest is join us or die, then you need to make sure that heroically rebel and bring down the organization is an option.
It was, though.
Good. Anyway.
You were there. You were part of it. You were the resistance. You were the leader of the resistance, Tom.
I had a.
Oh man, it totally was.
You
Anyway.
were. Scarlet was leading the resistance.
But he was also crazy.
I was more talking about just the. I was more talking about just the woods sequence.
Why? I love job to kill people.
Spencer,
That game was
remove
okay.
shoes from piano bench.
It still makes me happy.
Okay, more things on writing more things on writing character descriptions.
I'm speaking words. You're also a crab.
Yeah,
Crab.
people pay attention to crabs. Anyway,
I like how whenever you stand up, it's just centered on your crotch.
There's a whole
it's censored on my shirt.
No, now I'm just holding it. I'm holding it. Hey, so that's not centered on your crotch. Unless you'd like it centered on your crotch. Would you like it centered on your crotch?
No, never mind. It's good. Okay. So okay. Yeah. Other guys.
There were teeth on my head.
Okay. So thing.
Zombie hunting doesn't happen for another 3 weeks.
So a lot of game writers have the impression that you need to write everyone an in-depth backstory with lots of elements.
We certainly don't agree to that.
The thing about this, though, for one thing, don't write a character description 2 pages long if the rest are going to be 2 sentences long because you spent so much time on that one character description. Since remember, you pretty much always have about half as much time or less as you think that you have to write your character sheets.
Even less if you're in college.
Indeed, which you may be.
Yeah, that wasn't the best thing. Jenna was on spring break or winter break, and I was back in school.
Yep.
So it was like, Jenna, I can't do everything. I can't write 2-page character sheets while I'm in writing class.
Yeah. Also, another thing about 2-page character sheets, I'm gonna forget the...
90% of everything on there, yeah.
I'm gonna forget everything past the first half of the page. Seriously.
Yeah. You're gonna remember your name and who you're connected to. And maybe 1 or 2 big important things about your character.
Sometimes
they don't
stories.
even get that.
I tend to write character sheets as stories so that they can get a feeling of their character. They don't have to remember every detail from the story, but it imparts like a mood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
that's-
was going to say, a lot of the long character sheets, I don't remember any of the details. I just remember
Yeah.
the sort of mood and feeling I got from it. And then
Yeah.
figure out how to play a character.
Exactly.
Like
That
when
is
you
how you write a
include
good
like
long
a
character
theme
sheet.
song or something with the character sheet.
Theme songs are so fun.
Yeah, it really does help
I've
get a
actually
feeling
been
for the
putting those in
character.
the ones I've been writing for.
Yes.
other than-
If you can manage to write the character sheets in a timely fashion, and/or you have someone else that you can farm it off to, including like links to music for a song that would fit that character, or like a picture of something that also fits the character. That is totally encouraged. Do it.
Theme songs and pictures.
Yes.
They are so much good.
So, I think the optimal thing to do,
Taking it out.
Yeah.
Like,
the optimal thing to do when writing a bunch of character sheets, if you're going to do that, is
knock at the door.
pause.
You don't actually have to
What?
pause.